Hello and welcome to Healthy Moments. This is a show where I digest health across brand news and beyond. Before we begin, I'd like to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. A little historical factoid. It was actually July 2nd when the 12 colonies voted in favor of freedom from their allegiance to the crown. The reason why we celebrate on the 4th of July is that the original document was poorly written and Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence as we know it on the 4th of July. Now on to the news. When I was a kid, if it was reported that someone had HIV, they'd be dead within the first year to maximum 3. Then one day, the legendary basketball player Magic Johnson held a press conference where he told the world that he was HIV positive. Since then, the disease has become very manageable. This disease has become so manageable that even a decade after Magic Johnson's press conference, he's still alive and well. This brings us to today's first article, which talks about an at-home, over-the-counter HIV test. Like most at-home tests, you swab the inside of your mouth, you put it in the machine, you wait 20 minutes, and it will give you your results. The problem is that it's not 100% effective. The FDA has approved this device as another option in order to get your HIV testing. Now, none of these at-home testing is going to be nearly as good as getting your blood work done, so make sure you take your STD test annually if you're sexually active, every 6 months if you glorify promiscuity. Next up, I found an article that talks about how drug companies manipulate their trial data in order to make a drug look like it's working when it's really not. This article is really long and in-depth, but I'm going to bring it down to the big 3. Number 1, drug companies will promote benefits the drug wasn't intended to have. Number 2, check the original timeline for the drug trials for a particular drug. Most of the time they'll say it's supposed to be 1 year, but when a drug is failing, it takes 2 or 3 years before they release the results. Finally, number 3, check the relationship between the date the results were posted and when the trials were supposed to happen. You'll notice sometimes there's some fuzziness and inaccuracies, and that's because they are hiding something. The article goes into a lot of detail. If you're really interested in clinical trials, go to clinicaltrials.gov. Next up, kids are getting angrier and more violent. The article talks about how 2/3 of American teenagers are experiencing violent outbursts. Some blame the parents and poor upbringing, while others blame the media and how it's destroyed the family. I'm part of a third group that blames it on bad biochemistry. Stress and anxiety are key factors in triggering mental illness. Our body's ability to manage anxiety and stress comes from our endocrinology, which is being supported by our nutrition and our metabolism. These are 2 things we as human beings have a lot of control over. I've been studying a lot about minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins like B12 and how they affect how we feel. Everything from hard tap water to fruits and vegetables farmed in overfarmed farmland can affect your nutritional intake, which will affect your biochemistry. If you're interested in any of these subjects, make sure you check out this book called Could It Be B12? An Epidemic of Misdiagnoses. That's it for this week. Have a safe 4th of July. Please participate in the discussions going on my Facebook and Twitter. Don't be a stranger, subscribe. And as always, stay healthy, wealthy, winning wise, and I'll see you next time.